Dr. Gregory Jantz is a best-selling author of over 45 books and the founder of the Center A Place of Hope, voted a top 10 center for depression treatment in the U.S. As the pioneer of whole-person care, Dr. Jantz is known as the messenger of hope. Now the nation's expert on anxiety, depression, substance abuse, relationships, trauma, and PTSD, here is Dr. Gregory Jantz.
All right, gaslighting. Even the word is a disturbing word, to be gaslighted. What does this mean, gaslighting? You know, there's a couple new terms out right now. There's ghosting and there's gaslighting. We're talking about, well, person who does these can be doing both of these, by the way. But gaslighting is extremely manipulative. It is distorting the truth. It is done by someone with a great need for power and control over you. And here's what's important. They have to have power and control over reality. They want to distort reality. Two things to immediately be aware of. And I'm just jumping right into our topic here on gaslighting. No cute stories. Just give me the facts. What is gaslighting? All right. Shift blame. They'll shift blame, and you, as the one being gaslighted, will be blamed for everything. Blamed, blame. They're going to carry a spirit of blame upon them where there's going to be zero self-responsibility, and they're going to do all they can. I made a note here. All they can to avoid accountability. You see, a goal of the gaslighter is to shift blame, distort reality, and create their own reality. And the word that comes to my mind to describe this is it victimizes you because you begin to doubt yourself. You begin to doubt what you saw, what you heard, your intuition, your gut, because reality gets distorted in such a way that it is crazy making. Here's what can happen if you live with a lot of this. One of the things that can happen is you end up blaming yourself. If you've been living in an emotionally, and this is emotional abuse, but you've been living in an emotionally abusive relationship, and gaslighting is the theme. Always, just think of it this way, always distorting reality causes you to second guess yourself. A person may say, that, sometimes it is such a common understood truth, but they're going to manipulate it. Like, it was a sunny day today. No, it really wasn't sunny. You don't really understand how to forecast the weather. Today was partly cloudy and it was not sunny. And whatever it is, see, something just like that, they're going to turn into a debate to discredit. So they're going to, we call it, and this is the most dangerous form, reality manipulation. Causes you to be a victim, and you will end up invalidating your own feelings. You will second guess your decisions. And I wrote down, you will doubt your memories. In other words, you go, I know this happened. But after being gaslighting over and over and over, you start to doubt your own memories. Well, maybe they were right. Maybe that's what I remember is wrong. Okay? Now, lots of tactics that a gaslighter uses. One is they're going to continue to remind you over and over and over of things that you haven't done. Remember, it's blame shifting. They're going to cause you to think you've even done things that you really didn't do. You know that initially you do. You see, we will end up believing a lie. We will end up believing a lie because that's the goal. Distort reality, victimize, and then cause you to doubt yourself so much that you buy into whatever they're selling. You buy into the reality that they've fabricated. Gaslighting. Gaslighting is tough. Gaslighting is is such that the power and control that is being exerted is a slow form of whittling away your self-esteem, your sense of value. It will even whittle away, because it's a slow process, but over time, it's so oppressive that it begins to take from you really who you believed you were. And you feel like there's nothing good left in me. All right. So a couple things to think about in our brief time together. A gaslighter could be a narcissistic personality disorder, all about them all the time. It could be a form of emotional abuse that has been learned as a way to manipulate, as a way to control. The gaslighting is I hate to say a skill, but it's a tactic that has been used, honed in, and they know what they're doing, and they know that if they keep doing this, it's going to work. It's going to be effective. And that's what they're going to do. Your thinking's going to be left in a fog, and you really do begin to wonder about yourself. Now, gaslighting, the do's and don'ts. One is, don't debate. That's what they want us to do. You say, no, I didn't do that. That's not true. And they're going to always have the last word. Okay. And their last word is going to be one that is they're always going to win. They're always going to blame you. And you are the one that will be the victim. So what we know, what do? We don't debate. We really are end conversations, brief conversations, and remove ourselves strategically, physically. Well, if you're at a social gathering or it's a workplace, you're doing all you can to remove your physical presence. Maybe I'm going to find a reason to go to another room. But the longer that I'm physically present, the more I'm going to be barraged with distorted reality. The more the attack will continue. Gaslighting. It's if something doesn't pass, we call it the smell test. You end up then, not trusting yourself. I'm saying trust your gut. Trust yourself if something does not line up, doesn't feel right. Trust yourself. Gaslighting over time wears out that discernment. It wears out that ability to trust yourself. So look at what you need to do in order to move physically, trust yourself with what you're experiencing, and then involve another person. And you need to have sometimes it's a professional person, other times it's just a friend or a loved one that really speaks truth and they know the truth. But don't carry a gaslighting situation or one that's been ongoing. And there's times that we could end up that we're in an emotionally abusive relationship and we end up feeling trapped. This is where professional intervention needs to take place. We may be in a relationship, go, oh, looks like I married a person, then this is what they're doing. This is emotional abuse. In 1992, that's right, in 1992, I wrote a book, Healing the Scars of Emotional Abuse. And really what it's about is one of the tactics of the emotional abuser is gaslighting. I'm going to say it again, trust yourself and move from victim, move to trusting yourself and being empowered to know that, yes, I know the truth. Yes, I can live differently, and I'm going to live differently. Just some things to think about as we look at the topic of gaslighting, as we look at, well, what do we need to do more of? We don't debate, we don't engage, and we move to a physical room. We just put distance. We always try to put another person in between us and the gaslighter. And then we actually take a pause, regain, and reset our reality. Sometimes it means I have to go, just pause, I go to another room, I shake it off. I'm resetting reality. And for me, I'm going to also, this is just me, but I'm going to renew my mind in God's truth. What does God say about this? What does God say about who I am? I want to do some things that renew my mind. And behind gaslighting, too, can be a lot of fear. The verse I like is 2 Timothy 1:7. For God hasn't given me a spirit of fear, but of power, love, and a sound mind. I'm going to claim that sound mind. Gaslighting is to rob us of a sound mind. Sometimes this is devious. Sometimes it's passive aggressive. Other times, it's always devious, but a person knows exactly what they're doing. Sometimes they grew up that way and they just keep practicing the skills they learned. Reset with the true reality. And I know that it's hard, but there's times where it can wear you down so much that you want to drink, you want to overeat, you look for escapism behaviors because you want to feel a different way. It's a big temptation. Step back and go, I'm not going to do, and here's the next one, I'm not going to do anything that's self-destructive to me. And there's times where it's so tempting because you can feel so alone. That's why I want you to have those three close friends, this is beyond a counselor, individuals who can really speak truth to you and you can be honest. There may be people that even pray with you. There may be people that just re-anchor you with the truth. The relationships are key. An emotional abuser, a gaslighter, will try to keep you away from relationships. All right, just a few thoughts today. We're going to talk more about gaslighting, but I just want to share today what it is, some beginning tactics to use, and a big reminder. It's not you. Hope comes when we have a plan. We're just beginning to build a plan here to dealing with the gaslighter. More to come.